going to Hamilton, we had 125 of them in the last going off. And I remember the wonderful evening we had with them. My father came up from Halifax and we played Hawaiian music and did a special program. My daughter danced. It was really quite a thrill for me. 2 years later, we had no veterans. We couldn't honor them. We couldn't even honor their memory other than at Remembrance Day. But always in our heart we do. For that is indeed what we are challenged by the words of one of the veterans of the First World War, John McCrae. A boy born in Guelph, yes, stop to remember, 16 years of age, a graduate. He was only 17, 18 years of age. He was a member of the Cadet Corps in the community, and then became a member of the militia. And from there, he went on and got his BA. Well, he continued to study in the militia and went through all the ranks. He went up as a corporal, and he got himself, he was a quartermaster sergeant at one time. Can you imagine, a quartermaster sergeant? Yes, and finally he got his officer standing. Lieutenant, second lieutenancy and lieutenancy. And then, of course, he finished his degree, and he was able to get another scholarship. He won the gold medal from the University of Toronto, and he got a scholarship to go into medicine. And he went in as a pathologist. That was his love. Well, during that time, we were part of the British Empire, and the call came to arms for Canada to resurrect forces. And one of the first times that Canadian troops ever left home to go overseas was in the Second Boer War. And he offered his services in 1899. And for 2 years, he's traveled to Africa and served. What an experience for a young man with his background and his love. But the love was not as a military man, it was the love of service. And he saw the injuries that occurred during this campaign, and he regretted, he said, we need to do something more. He came back and studied at McGill University. His brother was also a doctor who actually taught in Baltimore, and at one point he even went down to Baltimore and worked with him. Yes, it was some experience. And he was the first to enlist when the call to arms came, when the Kaiser created the tremendous, horrendous war that was going to end all wars, the trench warfare that was to be fought, fell. And for 17 days, the troops faced the poisonous gas. Over 2,000 of them died instantly from these effects, and about 6,000 more Canadians died afterwards because they couldn't recover. My first recollections as a young boy was at the Camp Hill Hospital in Halifax, and I remember the red, burnt faces of these young people. What a sad occasion. And when you think the number of working men from Burlington that left and served in that, and from the townships. Nelson, we just remember them over here at our cenotaph. We have their names. Up in the high school we have their names. On doors all over Ontario, in churches all over Burlington. They're there for us to see. Do we remember that?